So I'm going to make my swing, okay? And when I come back the other way, this book is now shifted over that. And what's shifted is the orientation of my spine. This is the hips move. Hogan said that when you're going to go the other way, he says you turn the hips, and you do turn the hips. But he says there must be enough lateral motion. He's not talking about the body lateral motion. There must be enough lateral motion in the hips to send the weight to the left. Well, the byproduct is that when you reorientate the spine from this to that, okay, that's when you're coming through. And so now the plane goes from here to slightly like this.
Sure, you've changed the angle from the relationship of the belly button to the top of the spine. You've tilted it a little bit more.
Exactly.
And that changes the perspective.
Changes the whole deal, because now you're in a position, the position you need to be in to deliver the club is different than what you're doing here. And it even ties into your My Picasso thing.
Yeah, onto the inside of the ball.
But the thing about the plane is you've got people that get this thing and they think that this is it. That's not it at all. It's this, and then that navel.
Moving the navel.
Yeah, and that is what changes the condition of the spine. The thing that has annoyed me is that the plane shift, everyone looks at the arms. That's where you see the plane shift easiest, because no one's looking at the reorientation of the spine. So they're not seeing the motivator of that shift. Right. What they're seeing is they're seeing the effect,
the net result,
not the cause. Right. And so these are the things. And so Hogan says about the hips when they turn and they go the other way. On the backswing, it's a tight little thing. On the downswing, the hips move in a wider arc.
Wider and more.
And forward. So they're forward and around.
Yeah.
And that carries him through the ball and into the left leg.
Up to the finish, yeah.
Exactly. So this is most people, I think about exactly what he said in the book. I'm moving, it's the hips, okay, and they move laterally and they turn. And I'm trying to do that without shifting the top all over the place.
Right.
So it's as if I'm anchored up here somewhere, and this is where I'm
doing the business,
going.
Yeah. Opening up.
And that gets the body out of the way too. You know, it gets you in position to deliver it.
Got the position of the Hercules here, where where he feels like this is connected with the belt buckle, and that's what's pulling it around, right?
Exactly. No, here it is. So look at how far the navel's moved here. It's moved laterally and around. Right. It's showing you right. This is the beautiful thing about the book. If you can't get it from the words, the pictures, if you study them hard enough, will give it to you.
Right.
And even the shading in certain sequences tells you where the pressure that he's feeling is.
The belly.
Yeah. So that book. I mean, there's a reason it sold 10 million copies.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's not by accident. And but the thing is that you can study it. You can give it a sort of cursory overview look and get something out of it, or you can delve deeper and deeper and deeper.
And you tacked on a couple of pieces with your videos, the move, when you added the right foot.
Well,
you turned that in a little bit, and it sprung you out a little bit more. You upgraded it. You put another barrel on it.
Well, all I did was I noticed on the backswing when you execute that in the book, what you feel is you feel that turn around the right leg. And all I really did was, most people will never ever feel that because they won't do other things right. So I thought, geez, if I can just get them to feel that feeling at address that they should feel at the top,
right,
that's going to firm up that right side, so they're not going to be swinging into a wet noodle on the way back, right, and they're going to know what that condition of the right leg should feel like in transition. I doubt very much that Hogan would have ever thought about that, but probably nonetheless he was doing it.
Had it already in there.
It was just in there, and it happened in his case, and probably in 90% of the great golf swings, it happens dynamically.
Yeah.
But how are you going to teach people it?
Right.
You just can't. And so that's the idea. And the beautiful thing is, when you run out of, when you can't go any further, it can't help but start to throw you the other way. It's like you're completing a circle.
Yeah.
Or a
racetrack type.
It's almost as if what the hips are doing is no different than what the upstairs is doing.